Hey, today I'm going to talk about the British, Italian, Finnish, and Japanese lists for Operation Whiskey Trail in Scotland. Whiskey Trail is an odd one. You have 825 points, odd number, right? And there's a 12 order dice limit, and you cannot take free units. So that means that some nations which have free units, French, Soviets, become less attractive, right? Brits as well. So and I actually see this playing out in real time because the nations that are taken for Whiskey Trail is, yeah, it's a lot of Germans and Americans basically. That's what most people are taking. But today I'm going to look at the lists that are not German and American. So let's go, and we shall start with Silum. Did I pronounce that right? Silum? I'm not sure. Anywho, it's a 12 order dice list, 824 points Brits. So he brings the second lieutenant in experienced Canadian engineers. We often see those. Veteran, though, you could have taken them regular, but, well, you have to spend all the points, right? Gurkha section, 8 men, 2 of those. Vengeance, I like that, because that will benefit your whole army and not just the Gurkhas, which, of course, will benefit more from Ab and Adam, but only having 2 and then the rest of the army won't benefit from your national rule. That sucks, right? So I actually like that. Inexperienced medium mortar, the way it should be run, no matter what the Brits say. Sniper team, regular. Flamethrower team, regular. Peer team, regular. All the small teams here, right? That leaves up a lot of free points to throw into other stuff. Light howitzer with a spotter, love that. Humber, seeing more and more of these with a light autocannon. That, I think, is the way to run a Humber. 95 points. And double Bren carriers. What's going in these? So one of them will of course, contain the engineers. What about the other one? Maybe the lieutenant? Some of the teams. The flamethrower team and a lieutenant, I think. Right. This is a lovely little list. Could it be improved? Maybe a little bit. I'm not massively a fan of brain carriers, but I mean, it's a good list anyway. It has all the tools, has push units, has assaulters, it has a flamethrower, 2 flamethrowers actually. So it's a good balanced list here. Then we have McGingle, also a British list. 12 order dice again, 820 points. So the last 5 points could not be used. You could buy a couple of SMGs, maybe. 1. Second lieutenant, veteran. Ooh, I don't think that's worth it. I would cut that down, inexperienced, and spend the rest of the points buying extra stuff for my paras. These paravets are good, though. 6-man units, so they're pretty survivable, but I think they could do with like a single man more. Submachine paras, these are going to go in a Bren carrier if I'm not mistaken. 2 of those. Vengeance, like that, especially if you're not going to run assault Brits, then go with Vengeance, it's a good one. Regular medium mortar team with a spotter, just the way they like to run it over there. Flamethrower team, veteran, again, not needed. I would save the points here and buy something expensive for them. Light howitzer with a spotter, Recce Jeep, nice. And a Tetra. I would save the points for those veteran stuff and get myself a Darker Steward instead, I think. A Jeep. Veteran Jeep. What are you going to put in that? Your flamethrower, of course, which is going to outflank, I guess. Okay, not a bad list either. I think, personally, if the 2 lists here went up head to head, I think the first one would win out. But, I mean, the Tetrak is not bad at all. It just has a light AT gun. Cool. Then it's Andy McKay. His list is an Italian list, so 12 order dice, 825 points. He spends all the points. Nicely done. Second lieutenant, inexperienced with an extra man, like that. Makes him a little more effective and, yeah, interesting. 7-man units. This is the way to set up your regulars. Love it. 7 men with rifles. 5 men with... What's this doing? Is it a backline holder? Maybe. Interesting. Medium mortar team with a spotter. Sniper team, veteran. Could have saved the points there and thrown them into something more effective, but a veteran sniper is good for that sniper duel, isn't it? Regular flamethrower. Like, people bring all the teams here. Can you see that? There's a theme of people bringing all the teams. Solithan anti-tank rifle. 30 points. With the new Case Blue rules, the anti-tank rifles of the Italians just suddenly turned very good. Heavy howitzer. Heavy howitzer. Heavy. 115 points when you've only got 825 to spend. That is a lot of points into that howitzer. Wow. An auto blinder. Yeah, that is lovely. Look at that. Auto blinder and a darker tank. That combination, nice. Very nice. And a Fiat for the flamethrower team. I really like Andrew's vehicle section here. It's deadly. And combined with that heavy howitzer, he can push one area and try to push the enemy into moving in front of the howitzer, where it can actually do some damage. Do I think it's worth it? No, I think you should have cut a little bit back on that howitzer, spent the points on extra infantry. But, I mean, that is a nice list. Well done, Andy. Then we have Phil Mason. He's bringing his Finns. 10 order dice, so low on order dice, 824 points. Finns, you often end up being low on order dice, don't you? Simply because they're so expensive. Fenrik, Fenriki. I don't know how to pronounce that in Finnish, but in Danish it's a Fenrik. So it's an officer, basically. With a submachine gun. He buys the Cow Capachos. That's why he's low on order dice, because Cow Capachos, although really good, are very expensive. Look at that. 115 points for 5 Cow Capachos. I can get 8 Gurkhas for 112 or something, 119. So roughly the same cost. Yeah, they are very, very expensive. But they are fanatic, they have tough fighter, they have medics and deep strike missions, so they're really good. And then CC Recons with SMGs. Why are you doing that? Phil, that's intriguing. Maybe you had a few points left over. Ideally, the way you want to run your CC Recons is like this unit here, 6-man, because you want to get to the halfway point as soon as possible. With this 5-man unit, you're going to have to lose 3 guys and have 2 left before they become super veteran. CC Recons though are really good. It's one of the best skirmisher infantry out there. I think the best actually. Again, 6-man CC Recons. So only 3 infantry sections here. Sniper team with a rifle. Anti-tank rifle team. Yeah, you need that because you haven't really got that much anti-tank, have you? A heavy howitzer with a spotter and gun shield and everything. 125 points. Same problem as with Andy McKay, but I mean, this one has a spotter, so he can, shoot indirectly. BA-10. I know a lot of people are fans of the BA-10. I'm not personally a fan. I like autocannons better than like AT guns. And a Vickers 6-ton with twin MMG turrets. Nice little platoon here. Again, this Finnish platoon, for me, Finns are always above a 3, more or less, if you build them right, and, well, Phil is. So, the main struggle here is going to be being below 12 order dice, so he will be a little below, but Finns can live with it sometimes. Right, and Phil knows how to play his heavy howitzers. He's been doing that for a couple of years now. The final list for today is Milliard. He is Japanese, which is an 11 order dice, 824 points. And we have a 3-man officer team, or what I mean, it says 2 men here, but it says 3 down here. Something is off here. And then they're mounted because he brings a Manchukuo, full strength, 10-man unit. No, not a full strength, 9-man unit. Tough fighter. These are really good, but finicky to use. And he brings 2 of those, and then back them up by spears. So it's it's cavalry and spears. It's all medieval here. 2 14-man units, full strength, bamboos. These are. Oh, he's got 3 40. It's a horde plus cavalry. Like that combination, he's going to be really dangerous in close combat. If he can get his troops up into close combat, you're going to get screwed. The difference, or the trouble here, is to get them up, right? Because you're going to lose a lot of inexperienced dudes and regular cavalry on the way forward. The enemy will go on ambush and sit in terrain if they know what they're doing. Then double suiciders, inexperienced, like that. And the Type 87 has double turret-mounted machine guns. That's okay. I really dislike the look of this vehicle, though. I hate it. It looks terrible. And a Honi tank destroyer. So a casement-mounted forward-facing medium anti-tank gun. I don't think this is needed. It's one shot. It's HE1, so it's no good against infantry. I really don't think this is needed at all. But it will provide you with that one shot at range. I think you could have done better at just getting yourself how it's a mortar or something like that, because I don't think this will work. Anywho, that was it for today, and I will see you in the next video where I go over the German lists. Cheers.